Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for stopping in. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today's video is a little bit different. It is the Bingo Pre-Market Palooza, and that's awesome. I'm going to talk about everything, well, hopefully everything. It's going to be a little bit rough. I really want to get this out quickly. It normally takes me about 2 hours after recording to do all the editing and all the descriptions that I need to in order to get it uploaded. We just don't have that sort of time in the pre-market. I have to get off to work today. Right now I'm working with this 2 jobs, and then pretty soon it'll be 3 jobs. Stay very busy. Moving right along. Before I get to the bingo, I got to toss out some gratitude. Stockmo, thank you so much for the shout out. You're a champion. You're a gentleman. I like everything that you're doing. If you guys don't already follow Stockmo, there's a link for him down in the description. It'll take you to his channel. Subscribe to it. You won't be sorry. The man talks fundamentals like nobody's business. He's top notch. He's got like, at this point, over a 90% success rate. I want to say somebody put out there that it was like 95% of the stocks that he called to go up did go up, at least in the short term. Definitely some of his long-term plays are taking some time to mature, but even those are up money. The ones that he's down on by very little, just, single-digit percentages, and even those are considered to be long-term plays, not short-term plays, so we still have to see how those play out. I can tell you that he put me onto some stocks through watching his channel, and I mean, it was really great to have somebody with his amount of knowledge and insight helping to provide information and entertainment, of course, that really informs my perspective and allows me to be a more informed trader. I started to do my own due diligence. Some of his trades I took because I also saw what he saw, and then others I didn't. Next, some gratitude to Larry Jones. Nothing but respect for you. I've been also following your channel, not quite as long as I've been following Stockmo. It's actually Stockmo who put me on to you, Uncle Larry. And as you say, we're all good people. And I really like what you do with the rich mindset and the fact that you try to improve everyone's lives. Those are the sort of people that I can get behind. I'll also put a link to Uncle Larry's channel, or Stock Up with Larry Jones, down in the description. All right, time to get back to bingo. Let's get ready to rock. All right, not a lot of time for advertisement here, but if you need a trading platform, check out Webull. There's a link for it down in the description. You sign up, you get 2 free stocks, $100 deposit, 2 more free stocks, and for using my referral link, I also get one. Helps out everybody. On to the next thing. Subscribe, notification bell, like it, click all those, share it with your friends. I really want to move on to the stock today, the pre-market activity, and talk about proceeding from here, how I intend to proceed from here. So let me switch over to my screen share. All right, again, I apologize if this is going to be a little rough, but I'm really not going to take a lot of time editing here because I would like to get this out to you guys while the pre-market is still active so that we can use whatever information we find here to inform our decisions that we make following our due diligence, all the research that came in my prior videos, that we can put it to use in here to make an informed decision. We want to make sure that we're trading based on the evidence that we have that this is either going to go up because we feel it's still going to be bullish, or if it's going to go down because we feel like the bears are going to win in this and it's going to act more bullish. We've had a really good run up recently. You can see all the way back from this consolidation period, and then boom, this explosion happened. And we have some really good signs. We have this gap up from here early on. It looks like around 8 p.m. close or something on December the 31st. And then over here, we opened at $4.55. It's below that peak that we had right there in the aftermarket hours at the end of December. Today, first day of January, there's a lot of excitement in this. I think it's going to be a really good day. So about this pre-market hours, this is the thing that we really want to hone in on. This is what we're going to focus on. First of all, we see this double top and then the drop. This is a really important line that we have here because even in the pre-market, what we find is a resistance level at about the $5.58 mark. So that could be a really good indicator for us where this thing is going to max out. Maybe not open there. Definitely not, I don't think it's going to open there. I don't know that it will close there. A double top like that is really strong for us. I can say that there's one thing that falls through on this, and that's the volume. If you look down here, this is still a relatively low, starting right There it is, starting right here. This is January the 4th. This is the pre-market for today, right at this bar that my line is on. And we have that opening value. Like I said, let me put it on the candlestick there, $4.55, ramping up so quickly. But again, on low volume. If the volume was there to really drive this up, I would find that to be a much stronger indicator that this is going to be extremely bullish going forward. However, we still are in the low volume pre-market. Although there's a lot of volume right now, it's still relatively low compared to what we would see during open day trading, during regular trading hours. Now, on to the next thing that I see. Look at this line. If I put this at the top of what we see from after hours on the 31st all the way through the pre-market today, we start to make that line right around the $4.70 mark. That's an area of support, and you can see these wide bars, these big candlesticks that we have here that are in red, dropping us right back down. But then the bulls come in, and then we see these narrow range bars in here, these doji bars come in, and this is just a battle. As I'll think of his name in a moment, Jared Wesley from Live Traders, I believe. He says that these are battle tested. Also, a lot of respect for that guy. You can also check him out. Moving along, we are looking at the 30-minute chart. I don't trade this for scalping, so I don't go buy anything really less than the 30-minute chart. I wanted this to be fairly active, though, for us to look at it. You can see this bar right here. It'd be interesting to see what the next line does, because we should be right about at an area of support, which came from this area of resistance the previous day. So we'll watch as this thing opens. I fully expect that we'll either have a slight run up or it might even drop down a little bit. But once the market opens at 9:30, I feel like this is going to rip down quickly, probably to this linear regression that we have here on this bullish run that we've had right around the $4 mark. And then I think after it rips downward, it's going to recover a little, and then we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. If you watch my previous videos, you'll know that I am bullish on this stock. I do hold a position in this stock, but I put no guarantee. This is only my own opinion based on my own research. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I think that you'll find some of the information informative. There's one final thing that I want to show you about this chart and about the price activity that we see. If I put the Bollinger Bands on this, you should know I am a trained mathematician. So when I look at this, what we have is we have this mean line here, this average line for the trading prices. And we have, I believe this is the 20-period moving average, by the way. And then we have these lines on the outside. This is 2 standard deviations above the mean. Down here in yellow, this is 2 standard deviations below the mean. And if you don't know this, for normally distributed data, 95% of all of the prices that you'll find will be between those 2 bands. So the fact that these came outside of those 2 standard deviations, that's only, that's 2.5% of the values that are going to show up outside of there. In other words, highly unusual for it to be up that high. Look at that bar ripping down. Oh, you bears. We'll see what they do to us as the day goes on. I say us because I'm bullish, and I think a lot of you are too. We're all good, though. Sometimes I'm a bear on stocks. This time I'm a bull on a stock. So, find where you are. And, if that's what you believe to be the right place, then it's the right place. We have this short-term bullish trend going on here, and we just need time to let it become a long-term trend. And I hope that happens. And in the evidence I've given, I think that will happen. So I want to show you, if I switch this out to 3 standard deviations above the mean, just how significant these prices are that we have here. So this is a little bit less telling for us. With 3 standard deviations, what that means is that there's the fact that these are so wide, this is so volatile versus back here. Look how tightly together these Bollinger Bands are. This is so narrow. This is an indicator that a breakout's about to happen. So I would love to see that consolidation happen, up here above the $4 mark. That would be wonderful to at least give us a moment to rest on this run and really regroup. All right, so with 3 standard deviations, what that means is that 99.7% of the data is within 3 standard deviations of the mean. So there's only about 0.15% of the prices, the high prices that would be up above here, 0.15 that would fall below this. So the fact that these are in here, this is far less telling. This is why we don't really use 3 standard deviations for Bollinger Bands, why we only use 2 standard deviations. But the fact that this is getting so close to that line, this is a really big run up really soon, and there's absolutely no surprise that it ripped back downwards this way. All right, before I close, at least on the chart, before I close, I do want to show you with this bar that's forming right here, the fact that it dipped down so much below that prior resistance that we have. Our next area of support that we have is actually right off this pre-market bar right here. And it looks like that one has a low of $4.52. So we'll see how far this comes down. We'll see how that balance plays out. Don't put too much importance onto the pre-market, because the pre-market is low volume. Really, when it's game time, when the market opens and we really watch the volume take off like we can see back in here, that'll give us a better sign whether or not this is behaving in a bullish way or a bearish way. For conclusion, this stock, it is hype right now. It is a hot stock right now. Do yourself a favor. Don't be a chaser. Don't trade on FOMO. Make sure that you do your due diligence. Make sure that you do your research that really supports your decision that it's a good time to buy because you believe that it's going to continue to go upward, or if you're a short seller and you believe that it's going to go downward. Just pick a way that allows you to win, and you win by getting as much evidence as you can. And sometimes it goes in your favor. We just need to tip the scales above 50% of the time that we win, over less than 50% of the time that we lose, and with different price targets. I like a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. When I trade in the short term. When I trade for long term, I go more off the fundamentals. I can tell you that when I trade these, I don't trade with emotion. I trade based on evidence, and that's as a trained statistician. I believe in the numbers and the law of large numbers, that if we keep on going the way the statistics say to go, if we trade with the trends, that we have a far better chance of being successful. And that allowed me to double my money from end of October through the middle of December, and just continuing to rise from there. You guys can do the same thing, but don't trade with emotion. I have absolutely no emotional investment in this stock. My emotional investment is in every one of you guys, because I care about people. I would like to make the world a better place. I believe in education. Education's my field. Mathematics is my field. I think that I can really make a big impact through helping people with their finances, through helping you reach financial freedom. I care about the work that I put in for you guys to give you my best educated opinion about every one of the stocks that I put out on my channel. I feel really well educated about BNGO. Short term is a really hard call. Short term, I think there's a lot of bullish potential. I think that we'll see that today. Slightly longer than today, there's going to be room for bears. They're going to come in. They're going to win some days. Bulls are going to win some days. Long term, I believe that there's a lot of fundamental strength to this stock. Watch my other videos if you haven't already. Really make sure that you feel that you know about this company. Read the risks. There's a lot of there's a lot of risk in there that could easily flip me over to a bearish stance on the short term. There's not a lot of evidence there for me to go bearish in the long term. It's in a growing industry. It's in a growing field. It's a leader in its field. It's innovative. I think that there is institutional interest in this stock, and there's also some Vanguard coming in with over 5 million shares. There's institutional buying in this. Not enough yet for me to really be super convinced. The big mover here, the big catalyst, is going to be whether or not ARKG or Ark Invest picks them up in their ARKG ETF. That's what we want to look for. It doesn't have to happen for this company to have fundamental strength, but if it does happen, it is such powerful confirmation that we put our faith in the right company. All right, I got to wrap things up because I need to get ready for the next phase of the day. Stockmo, there's a special place in heaven for you, my friend. You are just awesome with the way that you care about people and that you really help educate them and really help move them towards financial freedom. It's inspiring. Uncle Larry, you're doing great work too. Also inspiring. I take both of you, I hold both of you in very high regard. I will put both of your channels, I'll put links to your channels down in the description for this video. I wish you guys the best. I wish all of you the best. I wish you to put your best foot forward to reach that point of financial freedom in your lives. I'm not going to plug Webull or the subscription at the end of this one. Like I said, it's a little bit different. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I do stand behind the information that I gave. That is the best I could find. I do believe in the opinion that I give out and the stance that I've taken, but you still need to do your own research. You still need to do your own due diligence. You still need to contact a financial professional before making any financial decisions. You guys are the best. Thank you for all the support that you've shown. It's been really inspiring and lets me know that I found the right place. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.